Classification of robot. My dear friends, the moment we talk about classification, the robot has been classified broadly into three categories. The first category is your manipulator, the second category is your mobile robots, the third category of integration of the category 1 and category 2, that is known as hybrid robots. Manipulators are inspired from the human arm. The manipulators will have a gripper, will have an end point, and it will be structured like an arm with 5 or 6 different joints, rigid bodies along with joints. The manipulators are inspired from the human arm, where we have 5 or 6 rigid body connected by various joints. The joints can be a revolute joints, can be a linear joint, can be a prismatic joint. So my dear friend, the manipulators are the robots in all industry for doing certain tasks. You can understand a car manufacturing unit where we use manipulators. And you can talk about some packaging industry, then we use certain manipulators and certain automation technology. But the moment the industrial robots are the manipulators, but the industry is redefining day by day. Nowadays you can see in industry to carry luggages or carry certain loads from one place to another place, from place A to place B, we need some mobile robots. Once we talk about mobile robots, it means the robots which will have a capacity of mobility. The mobility of a robot can be attained by two means. First one is we can have legs like we human have legs, or else we can have wheels. By wheels the robot can move one place to another place. So the moment we develop robots having legs, we can talk about 2 legs, we can talk about 4 legs, we can talk about more than that. The moment we have 2 legs, we call it as a bipedal robots, and the moment we construct or we design or we develop a robot by help of 4 legs, then we say quadrupedal robots. Again, my dear friend, the moment we use motors and wheels for mobility, then we call it as a wheeled mobile robot. In case of wheeled mobile robot, it is not only limited to build a robot by 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 wheels. Depending on your task and on your need, you can customize the wheel arrangements. I can demonstrate to you building a robot with couple of wheels, which need essentially a balancing is difficult. The second one is I can talk about a tricycle model where I have 3 wheels, 2 wheels will be motorized and 1 will be non-motorized, the Castro wheel. And I can talk about having a 4-wheel mechanism and more than that 6 wheel, 10 wheels. Typically the mass robot have 6 wheel system. But the moment I go with wheels, then there is much more difficulties are there. When we'll discuss about this wheel arrangement, we'll go to the details. Let's go to the third one. That's a hybrid robots. These hybrid robots are combination of your mobile robots and manipulators. It's pretty simple. The mobile robots have been integrated with a manipulator arm, that is known as hybrid. Hybrid robot can be a humanoid robot which will have a mobility by help of legs and have a manipulator like a human arm doing certain tasks by moving one place to another place. The second example could be having a wheel platform, and on top of that platform you will have a manipulator. So the manipulator can move from one place to another place by help of the mobile wheel platform. So this is the conclusion of classification robot. We have 3 categories. Category 1 is your manipulator, 2 is your mobile robots, 3 is a hybrid. But essentially, everybody do not get agree with these classifications. Classification of robot depending on the control is also into 3 types. One is your manual robots, the second one is your semi-autonomous robot, the third one is your autonomous robot. In case of manual robot, you have 100% human interventions where the human control the robot through a operator control unit or so-called our remotes. In the case of semi-autonomous robot, the robot will have certain sensors which will understand the environment but cannot take an action. Where the user has to take the action, means the user need to call a decision what to do, what not to do, depending on certain conditions. However, if I go to the last category, the autonomous, where the robot runs by the instructions. The instructions will be put into a program. This program will convert into hexadecimal codes, and the hexadecimal code will be loaded in the robot. Right now the robot will work as per the hex code, as per the program, as per the instruction of user. The robot need not ask for any, the robot need not ask for a decision to the user on the moment once it is working, on the moment while it is working. So it is a pre-programmed in nature and it is an autonomous.